What's going on? It's about 6:30 and I am taking a day trip out to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's actually only about an hour from where I live now. I'm going to try and make this video as entertaining, as informative as I can, so I hope you enjoy and I hope you get to learn a thing or two.
Run it up, all this cake, bag it up, then come right away.
I am standing right now on the Pennsylvania Monument. It's a fantastic view of the park. There's gates open. I guess you can go in there. It's a pretty cool view. I'm glad I got here so early. I wanted to get here before all the tourists get here. This place gets pretty crowded. When I was here, when I was younger, I remember it was pretty packed up here. So it's nice that I'm actually the only one here right now. Looks like there's a guy over there, like an actor or something. The Pennsylvania Monument was finished in 1913 to commemorate the 34,000 Pennsylvanians that fought in the Battle of Gettysburg. The statue sits about 110 feet high and in my opinion has one of the best views of the center of the battlefield. Just got to Devil's Den. This is said to be the most haunted place in Gettysburg, and I am absolutely by myself here, so guess we'll see what happens. My next location is Devil's Den, which actually got its name prior to 1863. It was supposed to shelter a snake about 8 to 15 feet long, known to the locals as the Devil. Devil's Den, otherwise known after the battle as the Slaughter Pen, had about 2,600 combined casualties in only about an hour and a half. The hill atop Devil's Den was held by some 2,400 Union soldiers and 2 batteries of artillery. Then about 4 p.m. on July 2nd, 5,500 Confederate soldiers stormed the hill. After the remainder of the Union Army fell back, the labyrinth of rocks of Devil's Den was then used by Confederate sharpshooters to target Union troops up on Little Round Top. These rocks are really slippery. It's definitely a different feeling being here than just reading about it. Actually standing in the spot where Union soldiers dug in and had to withstand a 3-brigade attack from the Confederate Army. Just looking down on where they would be. These are actually real photos taken back in the Civil War. And there's that wall right there where a Confederate sharpshooter would use this vantage point to pick off Union soldiers up on Little Round Top up there. Now I'm standing on Little Round Top. This battle was easily the most important Union victory in the war. The troops under Joshua Chamberlain of the 20th Maine repelled multiple Confederate advances until they began to run low on ammunition. Chamberlain then ordered his troops to bayonet charge down the hill, and it caught the Confederates off guard, and in all won the battle for the Union. While there were other skirmishes on the hill, this is definitely one of the most significant. Total casualties for the battle were around 1,700 combined. Climbed to the top of one of these monuments that was built. Has a perfect outlook of the outstretch of Little Round Top. Yeah, these stairs are very slippery. This is an awesome view of the town of Gettysburg. Now, to give you an idea, that mountain right there, just to the right of that, is Little Round Top. The Union lines went the whole way from Little Round Top up and around and did a fish hook right in front of the town because the Confederates were in control of the town, and then came back to this location at Culp's Hill. And the Confederate Army surrounded the entire area. The visitor center down there, which is going to be my next stop. There's a whole museum and a whole bunch of other cool stuff that I'm really want to check out. Alright, I'm in the museum and I'm going to take a look around and get some videos and enjoy. The museum was very cool. As you walk through, it explains each day of the battle. It also has a section explaining the rest of the war. There are tons of glass cases with real artifacts found around the battlefield and the town. I'm not going to go too in detail about the museum, but something I found very interesting was the medical equipment and techniques they use to save people's lives. Despite severe lack of medical training, they still managed to save thousands of lives. I definitely recommend, if you visit Gettysburg, to definitely check out the museum. I'm in the area now where Pickett's Charge took place. Pickett's Charge was the last attempt by the Confederates to break the Union lines. 12,000 infantry charged Cemetery Ridge, aided by some 170 cannons. At the end, over 50% of the Confederate soldiers would have been killed, wounded, or captured. This battle would then lead to the end of the bloody 3-day battle. Standing here now, this is kind of the center point of the Gettysburg battle. You have Little Round Top in that direction, and the Union line came right in front of where I am now. And then you had Culp's Hill off in that direction over there, and that was the top of the fish hook of the Union forces. So looking across this field, behind me is where the main Confederate line would have been. Right now I'm about 10 minutes outside Gettysburg at the Sox-covered bridge, which it has kind of a dark history. There was 3 Confederate soldiers that were deserters from the war, and they were hung from the bridge. The bridge, as you can see, is right behind me. It actually burned down 20 years ago and was rebuilt recently, but it's still technically this bridge. They were hung off the bridge, and people say it's haunted by 3 spirits. If you come at night, you might be able to experience something. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it's what the legends say. But it's a pretty cool bridge regardless. I'm gonna walk through it here, see if we see any ghosts. Found another tower. I'm gonna go up. Well, thanks for watching. I had a really good time. I definitely recommend, if you're in the area and you enjoy history, I recommend you go. Also, if you can, I got there around 6:30. I was the only one out there. It was definitely a lot cooler to be out there when it was really quiet and there wasn't a lot of people. And also the fog that was draped across the battlefield, I think really added to the effect and stuff. I got some cool pictures and some cool videos. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.